guys, I'm Island Turtle. I also go by Rodin. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is the weekly intuitive astrology reading for January 23rd to the 29th. Hello. If you're new, welcome. Glad to have you here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and also make sure notification settings are set to your liking on the YouTube app and on the device you're watching, because they both need to be on to get the notifications that you actually want to get. Okay? All right. So, gosh, there's so much going on this week. The first thing that came up, oh goodness, by the way, my allergies are like really unhappy right now, so bear with me as I'm going to be doing that a lot throughout the reading. Can't help it, out of my control. But anyway, coming back. You might have been noticing people are a little feisty lately. You can thank the new moon Aquarius for that. All of the air energy, fire energy, Uranus and Jupiter acting on things too. It's putting people in this place of just really wanting to act on their impulses, their desires, really break out against any kind of friction or, that's not a word. I was gonna say tensity. I'm sure that means tension. I don't know. That's like weird. Tensity. Any kind of tension. Getting really tired of feeling stuck is a big energy that the collective is feeling right now. And coming into this week, it's shifting a little bit, but that's still very prevalent. We're going to be having a couple things going on. We're definitely going to be having this amplified cerebral energy. Oh goodness, it's going to drive me crazy. This amplified cerebral mercurial energy, especially working with Uranus too. It's going to bring a lot of big plans. It's going to bring this feeling of, oh, I see the way. I see all the different possibilities. Also a little bit of, how do I want to say this? Not abrasive. That's not the right word. Let's just say very firm, very direct sort of communication will also be continuing with that Uranus mercurial energy. Excuse me. There's also a growing awareness that we're having about people's struggles. Our own, and then the people around us in our immediate life, and also the people at large, the people in your communities, the people in your cities, the people in your countries, the people all over the world. That awareness is just going to be increasing this week. We might even see more news or information come out in the media or even social media relating to those kinds of things. And there's just going to be this growing awareness and compassion and empathy and desire and urge to do something about it. Right? And we have a lot of energy that's like pushing us and pushing us and pushing us. And, oh, I don't know if I mentioned this. Maybe I did. God, I don't remember. I walked through a portal yesterday. When it was the new moon Aquarius. I'm actually recording the day that Uranus goes direct. I'm doing this a little later than I like to, a little later than I normally do. But it is what it is. Yeah, since walking through the portal, I don't know exactly what timeline I'm working with entirely. But anyway, when I was getting ready to do this reading, I was hearing this song from Prince of Egypt, like Big Boys. I think it's literally called Big Boys. Like, are you ready to play with the big boys? Are you ready to play with the big boys? You ready to get in there? There's going to be a lot of standing up for ourself, our truth, our authenticity. And also there's going to be this little bit of a battle too, like understanding what we uniquely bring to the table when it comes to relationships, circumstances, jobs, that sort of deal. Understanding what we're capable of and wanting to utilize that, but then a little bit of a pushback of, wait a minute, if I'm capable of all these things and these are my unique skill set and this is what I can do, am I supposed to do those things and kind of be independent in that way? Or am I supposed to like fit in a group somewhere? There's a little bit of a figuring out like how you fit in with collaborating with people or even just having friends. This isn't just about like doing things or work-oriented energy, although a lot of that does relate to that. But how do you take your unique skill set and put it to use in the most efficient way and the most appropriate way? That's also partly what's going on this week too. So yeah, it's a lot of push-pull this week, but it's mostly about getting ready to play with the big boys, so to speak. It's really putting ourselves out there, really wanting to put ourselves out there. And what happens when we put ourselves out there? We get a little pushback sometimes. We get a little challenge sometimes. We get people a little triggered sometimes. And are you ready to deal with that? Some of us have been sitting on doing things, getting involved in things, making certain life changes, even just shifting as a person, right? It doesn't have to be something so big and external to you. It could just be an internal shift too that you've been wanting to make. But like, oh, who am I to do that? Who am I to think I'm capable of that? Like, that sort of old narratives might be coming up, but it's time to really move past that. It's time to move past that and start playing with the big boys. Some of you, is this channeling coming in? Some of you are going to get a lot of backlash for the way you're presenting yourself, the way you're communicating. Just practice your own discernment and self-awareness with that if you actually are crossing a line or being inappropriate or disrespectful in some way. But I honestly feel like a lot of you, it's just like, no. This is who I am and this is the role I'm taking. This is my place. Mind your business. So some of you are going to have to like learn to like repeatedly be firm in who you are and what you're doing, how you're communicating, how you're expressing yourself, etc., etc., etc. So overall, all these little things that I'm mentioning relate to the astrology and just certain channelings that came through. But at the end of the day, this week is about assertiveness. It's about balancing the practicality and emotional ties when it comes to resolving conflict or working with people or nurturing the different aspects of yourself. What is independence to you, especially in the context of working with people or dealing with people? How much should you be prioritizing your unique gifts, skill sets, and your own personal desires versus how you can help people with them or even follow people sometimes or lead sometimes? You understand what I'm saying? So it's a week of balancing and figuring all these things out as you are moving into this place of just putting more of yourself out there. Okay. And again, under the context, excuse me, under the context of recognizing and having this raised awareness and raised concern and empathy and emotional investment or attachment to righting wrongs. What do you see in your life, your personal life, or people in your life, or your communities, or states, cities, countries, what have you, or the world that you're done seeing, that you're done looking at, that you're done being silent about, that you want to go and do something about? Yeah, it's a lot of that going on this week. So that being said, let's get into the aspects. If you are not interested in the astrology portion, please jump to the timestamps below for the readings, okay? So all of the aspects this week, I want to say they're relatively in similar degree ranges, the ones that are really significant anyway. But I'll get to that a little bit later, just so you know, and they are all bouncing off of each other. They're all kind of intermingled. I was seeing a huge group here and a huge group there, and then I was seeing a bridging group that was bridging the two, and I was like, oh, I see. It's all connected, because it's always connected. But anyway, sorry, coming back. Venus is moving into Pisces this week on the 26th. You will feel that shift. It will feel nice. It will feel gooey and loving and warm and fuzzy and very creative. They're giving me stuff and I'm like, wait, I'm not ready to talk about that yet. So the 26th is a shift day. There's also a peaking of energy, 808 on the camera when I looked up. There's also a peaking of energy happening on the 29th. 26th, 29th are peak energy days. 26 is more of a shift. 29 is an intensity day of energies, okay? So let's get into it. The first group I was looking at, there's this dance happening between Mercury and Uranus that I was talking about, right? This is the inspired ideas, creative solutions as well, and potentially a little bit of abrasive communication, but only if you're trying to really assert your independence or your unique ideas, right? It's very much like a, hey, listen, look at the problem here, look at the reality of what's going on, or hey, listen to me, I need to tell you something, I need to say something. A lot of speaking out is very possible this week. But Mercury with Uranus, that is amazing if you're dealing with anything that's complicated, whether it's your own personal shit or your own personal problems or relationships or work stuff, or you're trying to do something out in the world that's for the greater good, what have you. This is a great aspect to be working with an issue that you've been having trouble working through or having trouble finding a solution for, okay? Excuse me. Mercury and Uranus are also working with Orcus, because I've been learning a lot about Orcus, and I'm kind of in love with Orcus in a weird way. Orcus is a dwarf planet. Uranus is trine Orcus. Orcus is moving slow. Uranus is moving really slow too. So they're hanging out with each other for quite a bit. But by the end of the week and peaking on the 29th, Mercury is going to be working with Orcus at 14 degrees. They're all going to be at 14 degrees by the 29th. This is the clarity. This is amplifying clarity. Orcus is kind of like a little mini Pluto, okay? There were a few things that I was picking up on when I was tapping into that. So for those of you who are new, I do read astrology intuitively, obviously. I am an intuitive, but I'm a lot of things. I'm a lot of things. I don't. There's no label yet that I feel fits me. Honestly, when people go like, "Well, what do you do?" It's like, "Oh goodness, what a question." Anyway, Orcus. So when I was tapping into Orcus, I was feeling different things. I was feeling new studies and understandings of healing modalities. We might start to see more people cultivating their own unique healing modalities, or even merging some. So we might see something like that starting to be born during this time, and might see it really hit like large scale, maybe no 6-8 months. I don't know why that just came through. That just came through. Excuse me. Orcus is also about righting the wrongs. And with Uranus and Mercury at play, again, it's like this speaking out against injustice, speaking out against what is not okay. There was also, I was getting a lot about food. I was getting a lot about food was coming up. We might see more speaking out and activism when it comes to, just the food problem in general. There's a food issue all around the world, whether, you're talking about food scarcity, or you're talking about like just literally fake food, right? That's a whole other thing. And also when it comes to the realm of like sustainability and environmental issues and the economy, it's like food is tied to a bunch of different things. But we might see more activism and more creative solutions in those realms of things too coming up. So I thought that was really cool. And don't forget that grand trine between Mercury, Orcus, and Uranus peaking on the 29th, okay? And this is also playing a little bit with Pallas Athena in Chiron. Pallas Athena is in Cancer. It's been in Cancer for a bit. It's retrograding. Pallas Athena is square Chiron, sextile Uranus, and also opposing Mercury. If you don't know aspects, don't worry about it. Just listen to the information. I am considering doing a course, actually. That'll be fun. That would be fun. Anyway, coming back. Pallas Athena in Cancer, it's what I call the empathic warrior, the compassionate warrior. It's somebody who wants to act from heart-driven motives, and mostly from seeing injustice, or just seeing how things are wrong, or people being taken advantage of. It's wanting to act in the name of emotional connections, right? Like being hurt emotionally by what you're seeing or experiencing within your own life, like with your personal life, people around you, or again, like the whole world at large, or communities and what have you. So again, all this like urging us to like, you see what's wrong, say something, do something, say something, do something. A lot of energy like that this week. With House Athena being square Chiron, it brings up a little bit of the insecurities or anxieties around how we do assert ourselves, how we do stand up or don't stand up, and this is going to poke the bear. If you've been holding back on standing up for yourself or people in your life or communities, or again, what have you, just speaking your truth, right? It doesn't have to be speaking on all the things that you see that are wrong, right? It's about something that hits you emotionally, that matters to you, that maybe even has affected you throughout your life, and maybe you're part of a group that hasn't really been spoken about, right? It's that kind of vibe. And if you have been holding back, Pallas Athena is gonna poke you. It's gonna go, hey, how come you still haven't said something? And then it might bring up feelings of, but who am I to say something? Because it's square Chiron. It's time to recognize how you haven't been standing up for whatever you've been wanting to stand up for in the context of your life, or what you've seen, again, in any context, globally, locally, internally. You know what I'm saying. Pallas Athena is also sextile Uranus and opposing Mercury. There is a battle here with Mercury, because Mercury in Capricorn, it is more about like the practical, rational, the long-term, realistic goals or paths or plans, logistics to success, right? That's what Mercury Capricorn is about. Pallas Athena Cancer is like, this is wrong, we must do something. It's like, it's emotionally driven, while Mercury Capricorn is more practically driven. So again, you need both. Right? It's like, what's the point of actually trying to do something, to fix something long term, if you don't care? Right? You need to have both. You need to have both. You need to have that compassion, empathy, to have the proper intention to actually put something into action, and also the practicality and Jesus, excuse me. Allergies. The practicality and rationality, a calm, cool head. Capricorns get a lot of amazing shit done because they keep their cool through things, right? They see the long game, they see how things can work, and they don't let things disrupt them from that focus. So you need both. The sextile to Uranus, it's like, it's an urge. it's the urge. Uranus is poking Pallas Athena a little bit. And in that way, it's just activating. That's kind of how I was feeling it. And it could also relate to any potential changes or upheavals, if you will, that have been happening in your life or again around you or globally that you're just like, oh my God, I need to do something. I can't sit here anymore. Can't sit here and watch this injustice anymore. Right? Moving on. So I mean, I guess this is like a little note. It's not super important, but Vesta's in Pisces. It's working with Neptune, and Neptune will also be working with Pluto by the end of the week, peaking on the 29th. You see all these themes here of peaking on the 29th. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, yeah. Pallas Athena, the square to Chiron, is peaking on the 29th as well. So you see, a lot of these energies are really peaking by the end of the week. This was like a silent energy. This was like taking time in solitude, taking time alone in your sacred space, your sacred time, whether it's a spiritual practice that you have, or it's a creative outlet that you have, or whatever it is that you do by yourself, where you get to connect to you, where you get to connect to you, your soul, your heart, your passion, your creativity, but you're doing it solo. Right? It really feels like a recharging energy. Like the more you take time this week to do that, Neptune and Pluto will be coming into play. It's almost like activating that energy that we're all being subjected to, and it's going to bring almost like a heightened compassion. Some of you might go through a little bit of like a higher heart chakra activation. It just feels tingly, and they're showing me pink. That's the only reason why I say that. And with the Pluto component, there's also an empowerment there. Like the more time that you spend cultivating your connection with you, and again, whatever your outlet is to recover, to recharge, taking care of the body, taking care of the soul, taking care of the mind, the heart, all the things. Excuse me. The more empowered and ready you might actually feel to deal with anything that is kind of corruptive. Oh, excuse me. It's also facilitating change and transformation. Oh God, this would be so annoying. I'm just so tired of this. Just so tired of this. That's all. Excuse me. And of course, recognizing too where maybe you need to shift a little bit in your own personal development and growth. I just think it's going to be opening some doors that you didn't expect to open, including clarity, that if anybody's been needing clarity on their path for anything. The next little note, the North Node is working with Mercury and the Sun, but it's actually shifting throughout the week. So in the beginning of the week, the North Node's working with Mercury, and then it shifts and it starts working with the Sun. And it's an interesting shift because it's going to be trine Mercury in the beginning of the week, and then actually when Venus shifts to Pisces on the 26th, it starts working in a square with the Sun. So it's almost like going from this place of how you can see the possibilities of anchoring in like long-term success, achievements, excuse me, again, the long game of things, right? Anything that you're trying to be practical or rational about, any of these big creative solutions and ideas, because Mercury is also working with Uranus, right? However you're coming up with stuff, whatever those things are, they're aligning, actually. They're aligning to how things are developing collectively for the future. So for some of you, maybe you've been having trouble like navigating all the changes that we've all been going through because of all the crazy changes that have been happening in the last few years. And this is a little window of like, okay, I see what I can do here. I see how I can navigate. I see how I can anchor in stability. So for some of you, it's just gonna transpire that way or manifest that way. It's just an example. But then about midweek, about the 26th, again, when Venus shifts to Pisces, the North Node's going to go square the Sun. That's going to create a little bit of a friction. That's going to start to amplify the agitated energy a little bit of how much do I invest in my unique gifts versus trying to do something that's a little bit more collective, that's a little bit more collaborative and working with people alongside me. It's the battle a little bit of like me versus others. My independent truth versus, working and supporting with other people and like a certain perspective or belief system. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, thank you. They're saying it's belief systems. It's really coming down to belief systems. And it is a push-pull a little bit of like, how much do I prioritize my belief systems over other people? And I don't think it's about one or the other. I really think it's about a middle ground. Know what your truth is, know what your beliefs are, and respect other people's beliefs and whatever their life or journey they're living out in their reality, right? But there is a way where you can find people who are in that same kind of energy, that same kind of frequency, and you can work from them. You can also learn a lot from people. Oh my God, the amount of things we can learn from people if we just freaking listen. right? If we just listen and we're receptive and our egos aren't in the shit, right? It's like you can learn so much from people. Um, anyway, so that's a thing. So moving on to this other group. So remember the first group I mentioned was like Mercury, Uranus, Pallas Athena, Chiron, all those are working together. So this other group is Ceres and Juno. So we have some asteroid activity, and they're working with Mars, the Sun, and Jupiter. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the whole diatribe of all these different aspects, but just know that Ceres is in Libra and Juno is in Aries. And it's interesting, right? Because Libra and Aries, they're the 1-7 axis, right? That's it. They're on that. Ceres and Juno are on the Aries Libra axis. That's how you say that. Ceres and Libra is how we nurture relationships, how we nurture balance, how we nurture harmony, how do we account for all the things to have a nice middle ground and sustainability. That's what Ceres and Libra is. And yeah, you can get a little bit more detail that it's in the context of money and work, or beauty and creativity, or love and romance. Sure, all those things apply. Or even justice and legality, all those things apply. But it's about the harmonization, right? How do we take all these unique ideas and find a middle ground to make things happen, right? That's Ceres Libra, which is crucial to all these energies that we're working with right now. Juno Aries is interesting. Juno Aries, like when I'm tapping into it lately, it feels almost like Eris. And Eris is also active too. Eris is another dwarf planet. It's an Aries. It's actually very Aries-like in and of itself, but Eris is working with Saturn and Venus like the very first day of the week, and then the Venus energy starts to peter out. But it's been working with Saturn for a long time, and Saturn's been in Aquarius, and it's been bringing about this very focused, very disciplined, like, I'm gonna fight for what I want to do, and I'm gonna be on top of my shit, on my purpose, on my path, or just what makes me happy, or just what I believe in, even if it goes against the grain. That's Saturn sextile Eris energy. We've had that for a while, and we're going to continue to have it for a while. But anyway, coming back. When I've been tapping into Juno in Aries, it feels kind of like Eris a little bit. It feels a little fired up. Feels a little rammed up. It feels like an energy of standing up for injustice, because Juno is the asteroid of protection of women, and also the asteroid of marriage and partnership. So I think, the way that this is all manifesting, if you can work with people who have that energy, who are independent, who are confident, who are leaders, who have the right intentions at play, magic can happen. And this is more so for bonded relationships, like business relationships, marriages, or some kind of obligatory sort of relationship or agreement, okay? Where there's a contract, spoken or unspoken, is how I'd look at that. But it's interesting that Ceres and Juno are kind of on the opposite ends here. And the way that Jupiter, Mars, and the Sun are working with both of them, it's beautiful. It really is. It's just with Jupiter, there's an opposition to Ceres. So just watch the ego, basically, because Jupiter is in Aries. Yeah, Jupiter is actually working with that Juno energy. And it's opposing Ceres. It's opposing that place of harmony, right? And Jupiter in opposition is still lucky. It's still positive. It's still good. It just can it can amplify the negative stuff too if you're not careful. And I really just want to say it comes down to the ego. Like, don't get too high and mighty about yourself. Like, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with being confident. There's nothing wrong with recognizing what you're capable of. And again, what your unique skill set is and what you bring to the table in any relationship, any agreement, any situation, what you bring in life, whatever it is. But if you get too high and mighty, even if your intentions are good, even if like you're trying to do something on behalf of standing up for people that you feel like are suffering an injustice or wrong in some way, it could go sideways. All right, so just keep the ego in check. Ceres is also trine Mars and the Sun. Juno is sextile Mars and the Sun. Both of these are positive. Both of these are amplified energies and creating opportunities. Mars is working with the Sun as well. Mars is trine the Sun all week long. So that's a lot of confident energy. It's a lot of drive. So you see all the themes here, right, for what's going on this week. We're all going to be feeling more driven, more like we have more energy to be active, to actually be doing things, progressing towards the future, whatever that future is for us individually, right? And here we have aspects that are saying, hey, we can actually balance all the uniqueness of everybody and we can come together. We can actually do this. We can actually make this happen. But this is all stemming from standing up from what you feel is right against the things you think are wrong, and bringing other people into the fold or getting together with other people in on those things. This could even be within the realm of your own relationships, right? Where it's like coming to the table with somebody and being like, hey, this has been a part of our relationship for oh so long. I'm done with it. Are you done with it? Can we move on? Can we get together on a plan and collaborate here and like resolve this issue? Like, you know, it could even be in the context of that. And even internally, it can be in the context of finding the balance between all these different aspects of yourselves, right? The Libran part of you, the Aries part of you, the Taurus part of you, the Aquarian part of you, and being like, okay, I see me in the context of everything. How do I work with all of my aspects and all of my desires and needs and unique thoughts in a way that's balanced and sustainable and put it to use out in my external world? Yeah, it's a big week. I feel like it's always a big week. But anyway, and then I wrote my note, get ready to play with the big boys. Get ready to play with the big boys. Yeah, because Juno Aries energy is also a little bit of like, I don't want to say intolerant, but it's kind of intolerant of like people who can't step up, people who can't be direct, people who can't like just be in their energy. And Aquarius too. So also keep in mind there's a lot of flirtiness going on right now too with all this, with Aries, Gemini, and Aquarius and Libra. It's a lot of flirtiness going on. It's a lot of sensual energy at play. Have fun with it. Why not? And then the bridging aspects. We have Chiron sextile Mars, and Chiron is also square Mercury. This is the bridge. You want to fix something in your inner world, your personal life, or the outer world at large, or your local community. This is the time to do it, okay? See all the possibilities, network, socialize, come up with solutions. Yeah, all those things, okay? The sextile between Chiron and Mars, it actually creates opportunities to get over your shit, to get over the, who am I to do this? I don't know if I can do that I was talking about earlier. That was part of that first group I was talking about. It's we can move past it. We can overcome it. Especially if you allow yourself to be adaptable, right? Observe and take stock of the people in your life, the things that you want to do, the things that you're doing, how things are flowing, and adapt accordingly. Everyone's capable of handling anything. It's just a matter of believing it, right? And then the Mercury square Chiron, this is peaking on the 27th, actually. Just be careful. Like I said, communication can be a little abrasive here. And so this aspect, I almost feel like you could actually trigger people unintentionally. It's always unintentional, at least for most people, it's unintentional. But just be mindful of that, okay? It also rubs a little bit against the like, who am I to do this, to come up with this plan? You can handle it. You can handle it. You know your truth, you know what to do, okay? Now, moving, oh, I didn't do a timestamp. How do I always forget that? That always happens. Always freaking happens. All right, well. Now, as far as what signs to look for in your personal charts, 5 to 10 degrees, like I said, is the range that seems to be pretty consistent for the average across all of the aspects this week. So it's pretty nice that it worked out that way. So if you have any personal planets in Aquarius, Gemini, Aries, Capricorn that are 5 to 10 degrees, you're really going to feel the energies this week. You could even include like Libra, Taurus, and Cancer, but then it starts getting a little crazy and it's like you might as well start including most of the signs at that point. But yeah, mostly cardinal energy, mostly the cardinal signs. I would say cardinal and then mutable if you're also looking at it from that point. But if you're looking in your personal houses, look for 5 to 10 degrees, Aquarius, Gemini, Aries, and Capricorn. All the energies are mingled this week. These are not separate little things that we're feeling. They're all working with each other. They're all bridged together. So everything that I talked about could be going down in these potential houses of yours, okay? Aquarius, Gemini, Aries, Capricorn, 5 to 10 degrees. And if you want to look at Libra, Taurus, and Cancer, by all means, go ahead and do so, all right? I would say Aries is probably where you're going to feel the most uncomfortable, but also the most empowered. It's getting over the hurdle of those nasty little narrative thoughts of self-doubt. It's getting over those hurdles. Yeah. Capricorn is like gonna have to be reined in a little bit. I hate to say that, but we're also still like integrating the lessons from the retrograde period for Mercury and for Mars. And for Mercury, it's until like the beginning of February, so we're almost there. But Mars is all the way to March. But it almost feels like Mars is easier to work with in this post shadow than Mercury is in its post shadow. So Capricorn 5 to 10 degrees, I would just be mindful. Like, yes, look at the long game. Look at everything, making sure that yeah, you're being practical. Mercury, rational, practical, but that you're open to Cancer, that you're still being open to the things that actually matter when it comes to just being a human being, the emotional needs and the emotional consequences of things, okay? Aquarius and Gemini, those actually feel kind of fun, to be honest. They feel a little fun. And again, there's a lot of flirty energy too going on this week, because there's also confidence that's being amped up by the sun and by Mars, which makes sense because they're both in Aquarius and Gemini. So that makes total sense. Yeah, those houses feel a little fun. Yeah, they feel fun. They feel open. They feel receptive, but they also feel very like, what's what I'm looking for? I mean, it's confidence. I guess it's just confidence. That's just confidence. That's what it is. It's just confidence. Yeah. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and get into the collective reading now that I am doing the timestamp. Astrology, collective, and then we're going to do signs. Okay, collective, we're going to start at, God, it's freaking hot in here. I was enjoying some like decently mild weather here for like literally a minute. And now it's freaking hot and humid again. Anyway, collective. Hello, collective. Hi. How are you? You know what? We're doing Big Bertha. We're doing Big Bertha. She wants to come out. Let's see. I feel the fire. I feel the fire, collective. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? 23rd to the 29th. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? Yeah, it's like, God, it's this mix of energies of like being fed up. Some of you who've been with me for a long time know. Some of you who've been with me for a long time know that you've heard me say this before. Sometimes you're not sick and tired until you're truly sick and tired, right? You could know that like, okay, I don't like this, but I'm in it, whatever. Okay, this is starting to really get on my nerves. Guy, I can't believe I'm still here. Oh my God, this is so awful. It's stressing me out. But how come you haven't changed it? Because you're not truly rock bottom of sick and tired. Like when you get, you all know, when you get to that point, like especially my Scorpios know, when you get to that point, it's just like, oh, like enough, right? You actually go ahead and you do something about it. I want to say it is intolerant, but I don't like that word for it. It's just like, enough's enough. Enough is enough of things that are unfair. Circumstances, relationships that keep you suffocated, keep you restricted, restrict your freedom, restrict your voice. That seems to be a huge thing too. Again, this like speaking up and speaking out. Enough is enough. If you guys hit this point, which I think a lot of you will, if you haven't already, again, the new moon in Aquarius is very feisty. Uranus is also stationary direct now. That's also amplifying the feistiness. If and or when you reach this point, it's going to feel amazing. You're going to feel this huge release of angst. For some of you, anger, whatever emotion, might come in a bunch of different flavors. It's emotion, it's energy. But then comes this like Seven of Wands energy. Like now it's time to maintain that. To maintain that level of personal power, of strength, of truth, authenticity, because there will be people who are not ready to do that and will constantly challenge you on it, who want you to still be in your programs, who want you to be in their programs, who want you to abide by the rules of the illusions that you've been living by, or the restraints that you've been living by. And it's like, if you just keep cementing like no, it's like no, no, eventually that energy will back off. But yeah, it almost calls for a Seven of Wands energy. Some people might have a hard time seeing you, okay, in this place, as I was just mentioning. Like, they just won't believe it. For some of you, you're going to come across that. Like, people in your personal life, like, they just won't believe it and they just can't accept it. It's just where they're at, and that's okay. So not all of you will experience that, but some of you certainly will, okay? Now, when you start to stand up to let's say, your boss, where there's more like institutions involved, let's say some of you get involved in activism, it's going to be a very long haul of that Seven of Wands energy. It might ask a lot of you, but you can handle it. I really want to say that, but you can handle it. You can handle it. You can handle it. It's like going to the next level, right? It's like, okay, you handled high school. Can you play with the big boys in college now? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's got that vibe to it. It's like, when you step up your authenticity game, you kind of got to step up everything a little bit to maintain it, because people have not stepped into that for themselves yet, and you're going to be rubbing up against it in your reality. Yeah, that's all. That's all. For some of you, this is coming through as a maturation, like becoming more mature, more responsible, more accountable. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? Ooh, okay. Let's see, we have, you're not for everyone. Yeah. For those of you who are wondering what decks these are, it's these two. They're definitely linked below. The Starseed Oracle and Angels and Ancestors deck. Yeah, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Just do it, just do it, just do it. I might even read this one to you because it's exactly what I was just talking about. And then we have Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. Both of them are going to come up, because there's a reason that some of us haven't fully moved into that kind of energy yet, because there's some sort of resistance, right? Some sort of fear, and Chiron is going to bring that up and highlight that to you. But also Mars sextile Chiron, along with everything else we have going on, is going to help you move past it. If you let it, free will choice, okay? Always a free will choice. And when you do uncover your fears, you also understand why you have those fears in the first place. And it's usually because some action or some result really freaking matters to you. That's when fear can really creep in. When we have a lot of attachment or expectation to something, and we really want it, right? Fear comes in to say you can't have it. It's just polar opposite ends of the spectrum of energy, right? So they evoke one another. Anyway, fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. What did I say? Holding on to these different aspects of yourself, like your emotional needs, your desires, your truth, your gifts, your unique perspective, and holding all of those things, embodying all of those things, and learning how to manage it, learning how to always embody those things and work with the external reality. That's exactly what this card talks about. Wow. Just be you. There is a force that I'm feeling behind the Hunter, though. It could be a Sag, not necessarily, but I'm feeling a forceful energy there. Again, it's that Seven of Wands vibe that I keep feeling. It's just like it's going to take some energy. Yeah, it's going to take some energy to maintain this stance. What is it you're really afraid of? What is it you're really afraid of? Is it a scarcity thing? Is it a money thing? Is it a abandonment thing? I can't think of any other things. What is it? What is it that you're actually afraid of? Whatever it is, you're going to have enough of it this week. It's been getting in the way. The great severing. It's been getting in the way, the great severing. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love, and lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. Yeah, God, it's all going hand in hand together. Like I said, there might be some conflicts happening this week, and that's what the Great Severing talks about. It talks about fights. It talks about fights. It talks about tension. It talks about like literally like war, battle sort of energy. Whatever these fears are, it's like it's around separation. It's, how do I say this? It's the frequency of separation, whatever these fears are, and it's almost been locking away a piece of you that needs to come forward, a piece of you, a piece of you, a piece of you that actually wants to speak up and out. Somebody that is coming back to trauma. Yeah, thank you. They say yes. Some of you is coming back to trauma, past life or this life, doesn't really matter. It's trauma's trauma. God, how do I put this into words? I'm seeing it like behind a door. Like fear is keeping whatever this piece of truth is of you, this aspect of you, this skill set of yours, your voice potentially for some of you, and it's keeping it behind a locked door. And enough is enough. You're tired of having that door locked. This is being tired of having the door locked and just opening the freaking door. Some of you might actually have memories come up after some fights. Almost feels like for some of you, like fighting and conflict, like especially like verbally getting your truth out is going to activate something for you, or excuse me, or bring forward memories for you. Are you afraid of karma? I don't know why that just came up. That just came up out of nowhere. Are you afraid of karma? They're showing me a magnifying glass. It's almost like, for some of you, I'm getting a fear of consequences. Honestly, fear of consequences. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? So I need some way for that to come out. Oh. Some of you, this is just manifesting by you just got to break through your own distortion. I mean, it's the same thing with what I've already been saying, but am I taking these? No. Okay. Any other messages or insights for the collective? I feel like we get the fox a lot. Fox just made an appearance. Ooh. Ooh. We do have some psychic energy too, because of Neptune working with Vesta and Pluto. Wow. Oh boy. Karmic relationships with the water guardian. Orion energy. Some of you guys are connected to Orion. Polarity, soul growth, and conflict. More conflict. And connect with your emotions. We got a little batch over here we haven't touched on yet. Oh boy. I mean, let's just go there. Karmic relationships are not always bad, okay? It's to teach us. It's for soul growth development. It is what it is. Someone could be one way with you and could be completely different in another relationship, right? And this doesn't have to be romantic. It's also friendships and coworkers and family even. Family felt really strong when I just said that. Water guardian does remind me of Cancer a little bit. Some of you guys are going to start remembering the Orion Wars, or like some of those energies are going to be coming up to get resolved. Yeah, I keep hearing fear of consequences, fear of consequences, fear of consequences, fear of consequences. And I do think that's tied to some relationship matters here in the present. Some of you guys are going to realize that a person or people in your life are connected to the Orion Wars, or these more like galactically karmic sort of situations that have transpired. And that's why you're afraid of consequences, or they are afraid of consequences. That's really interesting. It's time to be honest. Some of you guys have been avoiding some truths here. I feel a little bit of denial. Some of you guys have been in denial, or just kind of living out old programs or ways of doing things because you've been keeping a vital part of your truth or your voice or you tucked away because of fear. Fear to step into this. Okay. Now we have Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. Let's see. Ooh, surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy. Venus is moving into Pisces. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. God, that feels good. And broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. All of this feels like that Piscean energy, which is funny because I was literally talking about it and then these cards came out. All this feels like that Vesta Pisces, Neptune Pisces, Pluto working with those in Capricorn, and then Venus is shifting into Pisces this week. This is ushering in some Piscean energy. This feels like finding peace and joy in solitude internally as well, as you're nurturing you. You're nurturing your soul, you're nurturing your heart, you're nurturing your creativity, you're nurturing your connection with spirit, God, whatever word you want to use for it. But that's what I feel with this. And it's thank you. It's helping you to adapt. It's helping you to adapt. It's also helping you come to terms with this, what it is you're really afraid of, which will show you exactly what it is you really want, and also come to terms with this, anything that's been going on presently in relationships that you've been hiding from, running from, including this energy as well, opening that door, opening the vault so you can come into this place of balance and acceptance and just being. Nurture that. Really take time for that solitude. Okay. And silence. They really are emphasizing this whole silence theme, and that's been for a bit. Overall, we do have the moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Uh-oh, I feel telepathy. I'm sorry. Defenselessness, righting past wrongs. Big theme this week. And uprooting. Underneath that, we do have messenger with serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And I'm just going to mention this because this has been coming up for the collective, the eagle. The eagle's coming out here. Eagle medicine, see from a higher perspective. But yeah, I feel telepathy here. There's a lot of reflection too. And again, personal accountability. That again, if you take some solo time in the realm of Pisces, which is really just connecting to your water, connecting to your soul, ether, all those things, it's going to uncover a lot. It's going to uncover a lot for you. Some of you might have very, very honest and emotional conversations that have been a long time coming. I feel even like we're revealing of secrets too with that, actually. But this is mostly about accountability. And some of you, this is going to be between you and you, where it's almost like you feel like you've done yourself a disservice by keeping your voice or a talent or a skill set or even potentially a memory at bay. That's been keeping you in repeating patterns here. It's been keeping you in this place of like, who am I to do that? Who am I to have that? Ooh, God. Who am I to have those things? Who am I to have that kind of relationship? Some self-worth stuff going on there. But yeah, there's a huge making peace and letting go, and it feels like a mostly karmic energies. Wow, that's kind of big. All right, let's move on. Do I want to do a collective tarot reading? I kind of do. You know what? I'm going to do a collective tarot reading. I'm going to use a deck that was given to me a while back. I don't use it too often, but I'm going to use it. And I think there are bonus cards in this deck too. If there are, I mean, obviously I'm an intuitive reader anyway, but yeah, some of you will recognize this deck. I don't remember what it's called. I know has the spirit science art, so it's probably from spirit science. Any messages or insights for the collective, and then we'll get into the elements. Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? Any messages or insights for the collective for this week? Okay. She knows. I'm getting strong Queen of Cups energy. We don't have any cards out yet, but strong Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands. Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands. What matters? That's what I keep hearing. What matters to you? 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 Do you speak on what matters to you? Do you act on what matters to you? Or do you keep that behind closed doors? The all. Oh my goodness. So that's a bonus card. I think it's a bonus card. The all. The all. This feels like literally the vastness of everything and interconnectedness. Feels like a card for representing spirit. But I feel the connection there. And then Prince of Cups, which is Page of Cups. Page of Cups energy. What matters to you? Are you acting on the things that matter to you, that you emotionally care about, the things that are just a huge connection of you and who you are? Do you act on those things? Do you speak with love? I'm also noticing the eagle here. Eagle is huge right now. The golden eagle. Eagle. Do you let yourself be led by spirit? Do you let yourself be led by your truth? Do you let yourself be led by different dimensional versions of yourself? Or are you still playing into the illusion? Are you still playing into other people's wants and needs and expectations, or even the restrictions of society? The light, my goodness. I almost want to say this is the sun card, but it could be, again, an extra card. It feels like the sun, the light, the light, the light, which is truth. Any messages or insights for the collective regarding this spread? Speak from your soul. Speak from the light. Speak from your truth always. Speak from what matters. Speak from compassion. Speak from empathy. Speak from love. Don't speak on... Oh, that's a phrase. Don't speak on behalf of the external. Don't speak on behalf of the illusion. Just speak on behalf of truth. Whatever your truth is. Any other messages or insights for the collective for this week? Feeling Lemuria all of a sudden. Lemuria and Atlantis, definitely feeling, I'm hearing the word codes. What is this? I'm hearing the word codes. There's some karmic energies being brought up in relation to that this week as well. For those of you who are personally connected to those energies, those consciousnesses, I guess you could say, we'll feel that, we'll experience that. Respect will be given, is what I just heard. Respect will be given. Respect will be honored. Interesting. Any other messages or insights for the collective this week? They're showing me an elephant. There's going to be barriers being broken here. People that you felt you couldn't talk to or speak to, those barriers will be... The opportunity to dismantle those barriers will happen. The opportunity will present itself. It's up to you if you want to partake in that or not, and up to the other person or people involved. 7 of Cups in reverse. I love it. Breaking through the illusion. This is clarity. It's clarity and it's truth. No more emotional confusion. No more illusion and delusion. Obviously, this isn't across the board. It's your choice. It's your choice, and it's only going to be in specific scenario situations. It might not even be throughout the entirety of your relationships with people, but this is connecting to others. It's not just about your life. It's about the connection with others as well. No more feeding and enabling delusion and illusion. You're doing this for yourself, but like I said, that can transpire to certain relationships as well. Let's see here. Princess of Cups. Oh, excuse me. The Prince of Cups was the Knight. This is the Page. Interesting. 2 of Swords, and then the Knight of Wands in reverse. Really? Again, not acting on what it is you want. Knight of Wands in reverse, not acting or being restless or frustrated or triggered. 2 of Swords is sitting there holding 2 different truths, 2 conflicting truths that are keeping you in this place of trying to figure something out, trying to see clearly, trying to make decisions. And Page of Cups, it's expression of you, expression of what matters to you, what you are emotionally connected to. Again, it's like, what is behind the door? What fear is keeping the door closed? What fear is keeping the door closed? What program is keeping the door closed on that piece of you? I feel like it lies in the 7 of Cups. I might clarify that. Any other messages or insights for the collective for this week? Yeah, I feel like it's behind the 7 of Cups. Some of you are also keeping restless energies out. I'm also getting that too. I feel like that's other people. The external on the bottom, the sun. So the light is not the sun. It is a bonus card. Like I said, I almost never work with this deck. But overall, we have the sun, which is beautiful. That's new beginnings, that's joy, that's light. Underneath that, we do have the Emperor in reverse. So it's shining clarity. It's shining clarity on why we haven't taken action on something, why we haven't had the courage to move forward on something. Yeah, underneath that, we do have Six of Swords in reverse. Why we haven't had peace in something or move forward on something. Excuse me. And then we had another card come out. Two of Wands. Another two. Two of Wands. Making decisions on a course. This, I mean, I'm also looking at a battle here, just straight. I mean, you can see it. It's like battling the self in a way. Just seeing what else wants to jump out off of this. This is an interesting Two of Wands. Because Two of Wands is making a choice of a path, right? It's taking action in one specific direction. When, again, it's like mentally, you've been trying to figure that out for yourself. They keep showing me that door. They keep showing me that door. And I feel like the answer lies in the Seven of Cups in reverse, like what the fear is that's keeping that door locked. This feels like a spiritual battle almost with this Two of Wands. Almost there. Almost there. Yeah, you gotta open the door. We gotta open the door. I want to look at the Seven of Cups in reverse, and then I'll move on to the elements. Oh, I'm gonna run out of cards if I do that. I just realized it's like, what am I? Oh no, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Okay, I'm gonna use the Honest Truth deck for this one then. It's like, oops. So I have the Seven of Cups in reverse. It might be vague, because for all of you, it might be a different fear, program, etc. that's keeping that door closed. So I have the Seven of Cups in reverse. God, I feel just like a yeah, it's like battling the self, but it's like the ego. It's the ego. It's the ego. It's the ego. It's illusion. So I have Seven of Cups in reverse. This is what you guys have a chance to move into. Sorry, they want me to stop for a second. This is what you have a chance to move into. The all, which to me just represents interconnectedness and spirit, like kind of like great mystery for those who are familiar with that term. You have the Knight of Cups energy, and then you literally have the light. The light energy, the light that is connected to all of this, right? Just completely surrounding you and bathing you as you are acting on your priorities, the things that matter to you, the things that you are emotionally invested in, the things that is driving your heart forward because you've connected to this part of you, this part of existence, etc., etc., etc. Tell me about Seven of Cups in reverse. Ooh, there we go. King of Cups. Big open-hearted energy, but it's grounded. King of Cups is like, it's the mastery of water. It's the mastery of emotion. It's the mastery of love, but it's anchored. It's grounded. It's managed. Tell me about Seven of Cups in reverse. It's somebody who has mastered the ebb and flow of the ocean, so to speak, right? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this is opening the door. Tell me about Seven of Cups in reverse. Getting beyond that Chiron energy. Four of Pentacles in reverse. The 4 and the 5 speak of an Ace of Pentacles. Opportunities that you've missed out on. Yeah, opportunities that you missed out on. No longer allowing yourself to miss out on that. And also getting out of scarcity mindset, feeling of being powerless, helpless, out of control. I'm also feeling that too. Moving away from those feelings, those emotions, and where they came from in the first place. All right, Seven of Cups in reverse. Again, these are all opportunities. Doesn't mean you will all take them. It's just opportunity. Hangman in reverse coming out. Tell me about Seven of Cups in reverse. Oh my. Tell me about Seven of Cups in reverse. Oh, sorry, hold on. It's like stuff coming in, but I want to get all the cards out. Okay. Okay, so now we have the Hangman in reverse and the Star in reverse. I was getting the cost of faith is what I was hearing. The cost of faith or not having faith? No, it's more like not having faith. The cost of not having faith. I I don't want to say it like that. Hold on. No, I don't want to say it like that. I don't like the way it's coming through. Maybe it's a personal thing for me. Like, that I don't like it. That I don't like the words that are being used here. It's like I keep getting the word lost, right? It's like, why is there this sense of being lost when there's no faith? Like, why is that? Because we're not connecting to light. If we don't connect to light, what are we connecting to? If we're not connecting to ourselves or spirit, what are we connecting to? Nothing. Where's the compass? Where's the compass? Where's north? When we're not connecting to those things. What is north? It's just something that's coming through. You don't have to believe that if you don't want to. You don't have to believe anything you don't want to believe. Knight of Swords in reverse. This, what is this? I don't like this energy either. Gemini energy here. Why is Knight of Swords in reverse? This feels like the mind, to be honest with you. This feels like mental chatter to me. This feels like neener. I'm gonna make you doubt yourself. That's what I'm feeling with the Knight of Swords in reverse. This energy runs wild when we're not connecting to ourselves, to spirit, to emotions, to faith. This energy can run wild. This is agitated ego. This is lashing out. This is like gnarly communication. And also I keep getting just negative mental chatter, like the ego monkey mind just like running amok is what that feels like to me. Overall, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Jesus, the Sun in reverse. This is all for the Seven of Cups in reverse. Lovers in reverse. Yeah, this shit needs to change. Lovers in reverse just speaks of not being in alignment. Not being in alignment with your truth or with light, with spirit. And we're all human. We're all trying our best. Like, there are times when we ebb and flow. There are times when we, fall into this place of being detached or disconnected, or perceiving it that way, right? It's like, we're all human. We've all been there before. But Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the Sun in reverse and Lovers in reverse, it's just indicating it's time to shift this. It's time to shift this. This kind of energy runs rampant when we don't connect to ourselves, to our truth, to light, to spirit, to these things, to faith. Even if you're just looking at it as faith, right? It can run rampant. And whatever's behind the door, sorry, bugs. And whatever's behind the door, it's part of this, this just living for what matters for you. Living to be an example of light, to be an example of empathy, of compassion, of just humanity, right? But yeah, I feel like that's what that's what the door's whole situation is about. Okay, all right, let's move on to elements because we're an hour in. I'm gonna do 4 elements. I guess I could keep all those cards right there. Okay, all right, who's going first? Fire, air, water, earth. Water, you guys want to go first? Okay. I feel like you guys almost never go first. All right, let's do 8. Okay. Water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We are going to use the animal deck. Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. Again, linked below if you want it for yourself. Any messages or insights for my water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? I'm not going to take it, but this card came out, the Cobra. Cobra is like a teacher, mentor energy. It's also a pause and wait energy. I don't really like the way it's making me feel, so I'm putting it back. We'll see if it comes out again. Something about that energy is kind of uncomfortable. Why are they showing me street signs? That's not it. God, do I not know my street signs? I'm like, what sign is that? It's like, you know how the yield sign is a triangle? So it's a yellow triangle with black, but I'm like, but that's not the yield sign because yield signs are red and yellow. Red and white. Okay, they're showing me a traffic sign. I don't know what that's implying. They're showing me a traffic sign. It's almost like a pay attention. So you guys will be getting a lot of synchronicities and signs and omens, visitations even, on your path, on your journey. Are you going too fast? Are you moving too fast? Are you not paying attention? I feel like you're not. Oh, water signs. Are you not paying attention? Pay attention. Pay attention. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Any messages or insights for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Why do you need to pay attention? Interesting. The first card out is solar plexus energy with the dragon. Dragon is seeing through the veil. It's seeing through the ego. It's seeing to truth. It's seeing to light, because it also speaks of the solar plexus. And remember the card we got the light, right? So here we have dragon energy. I keep getting that. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Make sure that you are also taking care of your body. That's just coming up, water signs, especially your solar plexus. If it's been running amok, there's probably a reason energetically. So just pay attention. Just practice self-awareness. Okay? Yeah, keep hearing that. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. You might have to pay attention to some people in your life or a person in your life. Someone might be paying close attention to you. It just has this feeling of like watching, observing, taking stock of the environment, or someone doing this again with you, taking stock of you. It's not stalkery. Oh, fox. To be sly, to be cunning, to be witty. Again, to keep an eye. To keep an eye. Again, I really feel like this is your energy, water signs. Like they're saying move into this energy if you haven't. But some of you might have a person or persons around you that are like being like this with you, like keeping tabs on you. I don't want to say stalker because it's not a stalkery vibe. It's just like observant. It's actually very scorpionic to me. So that's also why I think this is you guys, like where spirits like make sure you are in this space. Keeping tabs. Seeing beyond what people are thank you, that's exactly what it is. See beyond what people are presenting to you. You can tell a lot by the words that people use, body language. If you don't know how to read energy, or if that's just not part of your skill set, body language and words say a lot. Scorpios, this is also something you guys already know. Like if you are quiet enough, people will tell on themselves. They will. And Scorpios just have that effect too on people. And it freaks some people out. But yeah, it's the gift of a Scorpio. But yeah, that's what this feels like to me. It's like seeing beyond what is actually in front of you and just being smart and being aware and looking for signs. That's, yeah, I feel like a fox all of a sudden. Yeah, because if you need to make a move, you can make a move. Again, someone might be doing this with you. Because it can be vice versa. Because you guys know how energy works. Interesting. Any messages or insights for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. You just really caught my attention. Hold on. Cancer, I really feel your solar plexus. There's something nagging at you. Ooh, Cancer. Especially if any of you have Taurus in your chart. Oh, please pay attention to that. Your body's trying to tell you something and you are trying to ignore it, and your body's really trying to tell you something. Pay attention, Cancer. Pay attention. Any other messages or insights for my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, let's see what we got here. There's the speaking up and speaking out. We have owl with nightingale, and then we got the buffalo. Oh my. Owl, not owl, I'm not ready to talk about owl yet, but nightingale. Nightingale totally sticks out to me as that throat chakra energy, the speaking up and the speaking out. With buffalo right next to it, it causes a shift, it causes a change, or you're speaking on a change, or you're speaking to change something. Owl is perceptive, it's high priestess energy, it's psychic, intuitive energy. It also speaks of positive things to come. I feel like if you watch close enough, if you look at the people around you close enough, if you look to see how the energy around you in any circumstance is shifting, not just with people, but even just in your circumstances, watch the energy plays, right? Don't just be in a conversation with somebody and just listen to their words. Feel what's behind them. Look at the bigger picture. And again, maybe some of you haven't cultivated that yet, and that's totally fine. But there's all kinds of cues all the time. everywhere, happening 24/7 in your reality and within your relationships. If you take the time to really see them, really look beyond them, you'll know exactly what to say, when to say, how to say it, especially to cause any shift or changes that you need to make. Some of you need to sound an alarm because you're going to see a red flag of some kind, or it's even just going to be your own intuition being like, sound alarm, red flag, shift, shift, shift now. It can even be like that. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. Let me get some water. Excuse me. Yeah, pay attention. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Pay attention. Buffalo speaks of getting through hard times or getting through towers and having a reward for that effort, for that grace and ease and resilience. Owl also in this deck specifically speaks of boons, positive boons. Yeah, water signs. I feel like if you pay enough attention, you will navigate whatever it is you need to navigate, and it's going to pay off for you, okay? Oh, excuse me. Overall, throat chakra energy. We got the throat chakra card with black egg. Ooh, with dolphin. Dolphin is play, fun. It's also a healer's energy. Excuse me. It's the healer's card. It's speaking on what you're seeing beyond what's directly in front of you. It's using your gifts, using your intuition for that as well. There's also like a speaking on your needs. I'm also getting this too. Speaking on your needs. You can also gauge very well like what people's intentions are when you present your needs. When you present your needs, your boundaries. And like dolphin's also like a playful sexual energy too. So some of you guys just give me the context of relationship, doesn't have to be, but when you speak on those things, watch how people react. People tell themselves left and right, they really do. Like watch how people react to you. For some of you, you need to speak up and out because it's liberating a part of you, what's been behind the door. It's liberating a part of you that wants to be expressed, that wants to be active, whether it is in a playful nature or in a way of like a healing sort of nature or a light worker nature. Dolphin also speaks, it's very Gemini to me. Dolphin also speaks of being in the light and the dark, of walking a line between the two and being balanced in between the two. But yeah, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. It's beautiful. I just love dolphin. I mean, just look at this card alone. Doesn't it just like, oh, just like warms you, doesn't it? But yeah, pay attention. Pay attention and you'll navigate this just fine. Some of you are needing to also pay attention to people you're dealing with because you could potentially be dealing with people who are manipulative or just who are in their ego or whatever. And if you say things a certain way, you're going to catch them. Like they'll have like no game plan for how to deal with you. Okay. All right. So let's pull some cards from my water signs. I'm going to go with the Rider Waite. Unleash the inner dolphin, water signs. Unleash your inner dolphin. It's funny because the egg also to me says like not cracked open yet. So speak up. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up. Any messages or insights from my water signs? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Any other messages or insights from my water signs? Cancer. Beautiful. Oh, God. Water signs. Almost a Cancer. King of Cups and the Four of Wands. This might be for my Cancers more so. But water signs. I love it. You have your eyes on what you want. You have your eyes on your Four of Wands, your stability, I'm hearing sanctuary. Feels a little like sanctuary. It could even be potentially about like a home situation or a living situation. This could also be about a relationship or a commitment of some kind. Some of you are finally walking through the portal that I've been speaking of, especially my patrons know what I'm talking about, but you're doing it as the King of Cups. You're doing it as the King of Cups. Didn't that come out before? Hold on a second. I know it came out before. The King of Cups and the collective spread. If you didn't watch the collective reading, water signs, you might want to, because this feels like, it's obviously correlated, but yeah, water signs. Oh, I love it. You know what you want, and you're keeping a smart eye on it. You're keeping a smart eye on it and how to attain it. Any other messages or insights for my water signs for the week regarding this spread? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces. They just showed me the stars with you. So you're probably dealing with some galactic energies right now. Are you hermiting, Pisces? Pisces, there's some big truths coming your way. I feel that. There's some big truths coming your way. Any other messages or insights from my water signs regarding this spread? Whoa, hold on. Water signs, magician. It's funny because Fox is trickster energy, which is kind of like magician energy. Pay attention and you'll see exactly what you need to do, what you need to say. And also against like unlocking the door, right? Unlocking the inner dolphin. Unlocking the inner dolphin at the same time to create and manifest exactly what it is you want. You know what you want. Now you just have to tread carefully, manage your energy, manage your environment, see through superficiality, see through the physicality of things, and look at the energy, work with the energy. You can, oh my God, water signs, I love it. Some guys are really leveling up in your understanding of how to work with energy. Lots of bliss to be enjoyed here, water signs. And again, keep in mind, this can be reversed or vice versa, especially for my cross watchers. And for those of you where you are focused on relationships, yes, this can totally speak of a relationship or a commitment of some kind, but it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Any other messages and insights from my water signs? Cancer. Oh! Oh my God. And I shuffled. Lovers, upright, Gemini energy. This is moving into alignment, making choices that are aligned with you, with spirit, with your light, with the light, your energy. Oh my God. I am so happy to be a water sign. Wow. That is crazy. That is so crazy looking at that. Let's move on. This is available to you. You just got to unlock the door. Okay, you guys might have the best reading this week. Seriously. Ace of Cups right next to the Lovers. Ace of Cups right next to the Lovers. King of Cups, Four of Wands, and the frickin' Magician. What other amazing cards are you going to get? The Sun? Are you going to get the Sun? Are you going to get the Ten of Cups? The Ten of Pentacles? Surprised you don't have a throat chakra card out here. I guess Magician counts because Magician's all the elements. Oh, God. Oh, we were doing so well. Oh, the bottom's okay. The bottom's fine. So before I get into that last card that just came out, let's review, okay? King of Cups, Four of Wands, Magician, with the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. This is, again, choosing, oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm just so excited for you. It's saying exactly how to create what it is you want from your heart, from being aligned, from being connected with yourself, with spirit, with the light. For some of you, if this is about a relationship, yeah, it's bomb, all right? It's pretty bomb, all right? And then we get this. There's the lock on the door. Totally. This is what is waiting for you behind the door, behind the portal, so to speak, and this is the lock on the door, the Nine of Wands. I feel like you're looking at past efforts. I feel like you're looking behind you. I even feel like in the I almost said the illusion. I seriously almost said in the illusion. In the illustration, excuse me, he's looking behind him. He's looking at the path he's walked and how beaten down he's been feeling. This is the lock on the door, okay? This is what the energy that you gotta look at to unlock this, all right? You might be feeling tired, maybe you feel doubtful, pessimistic. I'm definitely getting all those things too. You gotta be willing to change the narrative. Overall, devil in reverse. Oh yeah. Unlocking the door. Unchaining yourself. Because literally, look, you literally have the Lovers with the Ace of Cups. You're unchaining that. You're moving into an alignment. Okay? Underneath the devil in reverse, we have the King of Wands. Leo energy to the King of Cups. That fire, that water. I feel like fire and water came up earlier. But anyway, this is allowing the part of you that actually can make action happen. It's unlocking it. It's unlocking it. Well, this is about what matters to you, what's important to you. This is taking what matters to you and what's important to you and putting it into action and finally letting it to be unleashed here. Okay? Again, if this is about a relationship, it's, again, so much bigger than that. But if it is about a relationship, where this is you or someone else, water signs, someone's finally going to be free of this. Someone's going to finally be free. This is a very guarded energy. This is a very tired, guarded, I'm getting pessimistic more than anything, doubtful more than anything. That energy is going to be done away with. If it's chosen, if this is dealt with, if this energy is faced and dealt with, it's a free will choice. Okay? Wow. All right, moving on. Oh, I didn't do an advice card. I don't think you guys need it. I'm not going to do advice this week because honestly, I think all these are really pretty clear and I put a lot of energy into these readings already, to be honest, and I don't want to like burn myself out. So let's just keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. All right. Wow. Fire, air, or earth? Fire. We're going to do fire. Okay. Aries, Leo, Sag. How are my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius for the week. I keep getting pulled back to Pisces with you. Aries, you probably would feel that the most because you're your Pisces neighbor. Aries, Leo, Sag, Aries, Leo, Sag, Aries, Leo, Sag. There's a tension. I'm feeling like Five of Wands energy. There's a tension. Inner conflict, if you will. What matters to you? What matters to you? What matters to you? Come on, what matters to you? I feel like whatever this inner conflict is, it's literally a battle of like what matters to you and like, I don't want to say this, like, you know what matters to you. You know what you value. You know what you value. And whatever this inner conflict is, it's almost like, I know what I value, but if I go for what I value, if I prioritize what I value, I lose blank. I lose insert here. That's what it feels like to me. I lose insert here. What is it you're afraid to lose? I talked about sacrifice before. If you guys haven't seen that video and you're resonating with this reading, I would watch the video on sacrifice. I posted it maybe a week ago. Just put in sacrifice. It'll come up. Sacrifice is not a loss. It's not a loss. It's an exchange. It's an exchange. You wouldn't be losing insert here. You would get it in another form that would align to what you're choosing instead of it. And what are you choosing instead of it? What matters to you. So you would get what matters to you and then have whatever that thing was come back in a different way. So you might as well choose what matters to you. Any messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. Some of you are really fighting your ego here. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag. Oh my god, you guys got the fox too. Seriously. You guys got the fox too. Fox would be coming out for everybody. That'd be hysterical if it came out for every single element. But fox is cunning, witty, it's very intelligent, it knows how to move on a dime and shift if it needs to. It's very Geminian. The fox moves as often as the winds change. They move in accordance to the changes that are happening. That's fox energy. And they move in alignment with their intention and their goal. That is fox. That is, I think, the best explanation of fox. They stay alert, they stay aware, they keep their ear to the ground to sense changes and shifts, and then they act according to that shift that aligns with their intention and their goal and their desire and their want. I think this is going to come up for everybody. Aries, Leo, Sag. I feel like your intuition's talking to you, fire signs, especially my Saggies. Your intuition's talking to you. Something has changed and you can't put your finger on it. Something has shifted in your situation and it's bringing up this Five of Wands energy. It's almost like adding an, I don't want to say emergency, but it's like urgency. There you go. God, all these freaking word plays. It's it's bringing up a sense of urgency, like, oh shit, something has changed. Something has shifted. And then it brings up the thing you really want or the things that you haven't pursued that you've been wanting. And it makes it that much more urgent to listen to it, or that much more urgent of a call of like, hey, you still haven't paid attention to me, right? Like, it's like, hello. It's gotten louder. It's getting louder. Zebra. Oh, I love it. Zebra is an authentic energy. It's actually very Aries to me. It's kind of like Aries, Gemini, Aquarius. Zebra is eccentric. Zebra is unique. Zebra is very charismatic and confident. They will like walk into a room wearing an all gold suit, you know, and a rainbow hat, and wear it proudly, and people would love them for it. Like, that's Zebra. It's authenticity. It's a very fierce, confident, look at me authenticity. I feel like this part of you is what you are hiding away. I think this is what's behind your door, fire signs. I mean, you guys tend to be very confident. You guys tend to be very like, wow, you're fire. That's what you do. But there might be a part of you that falls in that bucket of a flash, if you will, that you have been keeping to yourself or you have been suppressing. And whatever shift you're perceiving, whatever change or tower is happening, it's a shift. I'm not gonna say it's a tower, because I think when people hear tower, they go, that's scary. It's bringing this up more of like, hey, it's even much more that important to pay attention to me. The time is nigh for you to let me out. So I'm gonna be coming out of the closet, literally coming out to like people in your life. For those where that applies, good luck. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, so there's some things. There are some things. We have butterfly, beautiful. We have wolf, also beautiful. And then we have scorpion and elk. There's a little bit of a ticked off energy. For some of you, this can be an aspect of yourself. Others of you, it's someone you're external. Some of you, it's both. Because when we're experiencing something internally, it can manifest in the physical in our relationships. So we could deal with it, face it, etc. It's just how energy works. I'm going to get into that in a minute. There's something really funky going on there. But butterfly and wolf, this feels like coming out of the cocoon. This is allowing for this inner zebra to come out. And it feels support. Like there's support around you, but you got to believe that people will support you. You got to believe that people will witness this with you. Whatever it is, it's owning your inner zebra. For some of you, it could be making a lifestyle choice or a career that nurtures this part of you that no one ever saw. Okay, this is a great example. The guy, Jack the Whipper, some of you guys might know who that is. If you don't know, just Google him. Put his name in on YouTube. Jack the Whipper. So a friend, someone in my life was like sending me like videos of this guy, and it was like pretty amazing. So he knows how to use whips, right? But he like sings songs with them, and he's really good. He's been doing this his whole life. Apparently he's on NPR, and I didn't know. I'm not an NPR person. And this is just something that was always a part of him. And now he's like letting it out for the world to see. You know, it's like, it's his uniqueness, right? And that's like the perfect example. That's the perfect example. Um, and you're sensing it. You're sensing it's time to let your inner Jack the Whipper come out. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. Your inner zebra, your inner talent, your inner eccentricness, or, you know, again, maybe you're coming out to people. I don't know. But whatever it is, you can sense that it's time. And it's almost like a faith thing is coming up here. Like, oh, if I come out, if I let this part of me out, will I have support? Will people see me? Will they witness me in this? Will they support me? All these things. And I really want to say the answer is yes. The right people will support you. The people that won't, it'll be very telling on who those people are in your life and the role they should or shouldn't play in your life. That's totally up to you. But then we've got this Scorpion and Elk. This is holding on to something. The Scorpion card comes out when we're holding on to something from the past, something that is upsetting, something that's triggering. For some of you, it could literally be about a parent, because the Elk is literally the masculine principle. It's like the father. Literally, it says the father in the description of the book. So some of you guys could be holding on to something that happened between you and a parent that made you think you had to hide this part of yourself. For some of you, it's, thank you. It's, they said it's all coming down to image. It's about image. For some of you, it's like you want to be seen as the Elk, responsible, reliable, the one that people look to, the one that takes care of things, the one that provides stability. And for whatever reason, holding onto that so tightly, you've been sacrificing your inner zebra. And I feel like there's a program or narrative in your mind that if you embrace your inner zebra, that you can never be seen as the Elk. But I don't think that's true. And I think whatever this is should be looked at. Something needs to be released here emotionally. Wow. All right, let's keep going. Any other messages or insights for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Some of you got a lot of anger behind that Scorpion. Anger towards somebody, anger towards yourself for having this zebra aspect to your life that you've been hiding away. It's like there's shame around it. Whether someone shamed you or you've been shaming yourself, or both. Fear. Overall, we've got the Rabbit. Interesting with Lizard. Lizard is actually like a overly sensitive card, like being overly sensitive or overly stimulated. With Black Egg, the throat chakra card. This might come out for people too. Ooh, Elephant. I love it. Yeah, let's break down those barriers. First of all, overall with the Rabbit and the Lizard, this is being overwhelmed by fear. It's almost being paralyzed by fear and anxiety. Some of you have a social anxiety issue. Some of you, this is like PTSD around whatever this is. And for those where that applies, I can't even think of an example of what that would be, but you would know. You would know. It's all around this image of the Elk, or an Elk that was part of your life, which is most likely a parental figure or authority figure. Excuse me. But yeah, this is fear. It's fear and anxiety. But then we have this. Then we have this, the throat chakra card with the Elephant. Breaking out, breaking away, speaking the truth. And if you allow yourself like those moments of expression and let the zebra out, I think you're going to be very surprised, pleasantly surprised, that you are supported in embracing whatever part of this part of your life is. Again, some of you it's just a talent. Some of you it's a job. Some of you it's deeper than that. But it's part of you. It's part of you. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for my fire signs. I'm gonna go with my little mini Rider-Waite. Hold on, I'm gonna put you guys over here. Okay. Some of you might actually have to stand up to somebody, because this has to be done. You'll know if that's you. Any messages or insights from the fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Any messages or insights from my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. Wow. Wow. Judgment and the Hierophant. Hierophant speaks of morals, ethics, belief systems, and tradition, and Judgment is here to go. It's a call from Spirit. It's a spiritual intuitive poke. It's just an inner knowing of like, oh, my belief systems, oh, the way I was raised, oh, traditions, oh, expectations, oh, my obligations. Yeah. Spirit's like, are you really honoring yourself in these obligations and in these belief systems and in these traditions? Are you really doing that? Are you really doing that? Hierophant with Judgment is also a very spiritual combination as well, where your own faith or spirituality could be playing a huge role in why you haven't embraced the zebra or why you need to embrace the zebra. Either way. But this is highlighting how morals, ethics, belief systems, religions, even family traditions and expectations, obligations are playing a role in this for you. Something needs to be released. 5 of Cups in reverse. It's exactly what I was feeling. That Scorpion energy needs to be released. The shame needs to be released. Any messages or insights? Wow, 7 of Cups in reverse coming out. There might be a 2 of Cups energy here because we do have the 5 and the 7, which means, again, about people, but we already knew that, right? We already knew that relationships were a factor here. Hoping people would support you was a factor here. I feel like this is also representing the overwhelm that I was feeling with the rabbit and the lizard. That if you let go of the shame, you'll let go of the anxiety. You'll let go of the fear. You got to let go of the shame. Ace of Cups. Wow. If everyone gets the Ace of Cups, you know it's going to be a good week. Water signs got the Ace of Cups as well. For anybody here who has like water in their chart, you're going to watch that. You probably watched it already because it was first. But anyway, Ace of Cups, this is a new path that matters to you, that speaks to your soul, that speaks to your heart, that speaks to your emotions, that your heart is in it. Choosing a path where your heart is in it. I feel like some of you guys are actually seeing an emotional part of yourself or experiencing an emotional part of yourself that you haven't experienced before, almost like looking into your own heart in a way. Some of you, it's like getting reacquainted with that part of you. Really letting go of the past. I feel that. 7 of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Hold on. Surrender. Thank you. Surrender to who you are. Surrender to what you want. Surrender to what makes you happy. Surrender to what you want to emotionally invest in. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Don't fight it. Don't fight your feelings. Don't fight it. You can't fight your feelings. It's like fighting the ocean. You can't. You're not going to win. If you try to fight the ocean, you're going to drown. Don't fight your emotions. You'll drown. Any other messages or insights from the fire signs? Let's see here. Yeah. Justice in reverse with Temperance in reverse and the 2 of Pentacles. This has to be made right. This has to be made right. You haven't been honoring your emotions. You haven't been honoring who you really are. And it's been throwing you out of balance. You've been holding on to something from the past. Shame, a lot of shame you've been holding on to. And even Spirit's like, hey, time to do the right thing. Time to do right by who you really are. Time to make it right. Time to make it right. Time to make it right. Time to balance that out. For some of you, this could involve a marriage. I only say that because we have the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups out here. Some kind of marriage or commitment or soul contract. Doesn't have to, but that energy is here, especially with Justice in reverse. This could be about a marriage or a divorce as well. Overall, we do have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. Oh, yes, yes, fire signs, yes. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, changing what? The 5 of Pentacles. Changing this feeling of separation or loss because you're not honoring your emotions. You're not honoring your inner zebra. The pages also imply some sort of new path is being taken here, a new perspective is being taken, or again, you could be communicating to some people here to facilitate this shift and this change for yourself, being like, here I am, here's my inner zebra. Just is what it is. But pages speak of new perspectives and new paths. I like it. I like it, fire signs. All right. You got this. You got this. Yeah, seeing the source of your anxiety. Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. Okay. All right. Moving on. Oops. Trying to collect all my cards here. 5 of Cups is trying to run away. Okay. right. Air or earth? Earth. Air, you're going last. Ooh. Why are you going last? The ones who go last I feel like always have like the most intense readings. All right. Earth signs. Let's get busy. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo for the week. I feel like you have a charged week ahead of you. I just felt my heart jump like adrenaline. I don't think it's bad though. Some of you might have some surprise, like really exciting surprises. It almost is like, almost like butterflies, adrenaline rush, like beginnings of like relationship kind of rush, or about to make that huge leap in life kind of rush, about to sign the papers on the house kind of rush, that kind of rush. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. Some of you guys might be legitimately scared, but yeah, I don't think it's bad. And that's not for all of you. It's just something I'm picking up with earth signs. Yeah, it feels like a big moment. Like you might have a big moment, maybe even a couple big moments coming up this week, or coming up as a result of what happens this week. Earth signs. Keep me posted. I feel 10-10 on my messed up clock. I feel like some of you guys are going to be very, oh, and 28 degrees, which breaks down to a 10. 10. Ooh, earth signs, that screams new beginning. That screams new opportunities. I feel the adrenaline. I think that some of you guys are scared, some of you guys are excited, some of you guys are both. Again, as a result of what happens this week or happening this week, one or the other. It could be one leading to the other. Any messages or insights for earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. We got the B. B speaks of rewards for hard-won efforts. And by the looks of things and the feeling of things, some of you have been trying really hard to keep the faith. Like, continuing to progress forward, continuing to put energy in somewhere, continuing to invest, continuing to like just make continued progress, whether it's a relationship or a job or a personal goal of yours, or continuing to just like practice a habit or practice a month. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's like there's been consistent effort and investment in a situation that you're involved in, and it's been in hopes of seeing the rewards and benefits because you knew it was what you wanted, or you knew it was good, just good for you, just the right thing to do. Just the right thing to do. And you've been putting in a lot of effort. It feels kind of like 10 of Wands to me. Like you've been really, really giving it your all. And the rewards are coming. The rewards are coming. You've been staying the course. Any messages or insights from my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The shark. Stay away. The shark. The shark comes out when we have this impending feeling of the walls are closing in, that there's a threat. To be honest with you, earth signs, I feel like the only threat is lack of faith. I think that's the only thing. And that's what I keep feeling with the bee. It's like, as long as you were holding on to your faith and trusting that your efforts were not wasted, that's what was keeping you on track. And the shark to me is the ego waiting for you to slip up, waiting for you to be like, oh, it's never gonna happen. That's what it honestly feels like to me. You could be feeling like something is closing in and the window's closing to get what you want and you're about to not get it, but I don't feel like that's true. I feel like that's an illusion. Ooh, am I taking this? Yes. Ooh, we got snake. Okay. Snake is untapped potential. It speaks of Kundalini energy and activations and awakenings, legitimately. It also speaks of cycles. Yeah, it's like you're almost there. That's what it feels like to me, earth signs. You're almost there. Don't let the shark energy deter you. Don't let that feeling of God, am I close? And that's the other thing. You might be feeling the shark energy as this oh my God, it's not going to work out feeling, because you actually are very close to having it work in your favor. You're very close to the end. Guys, that energy rushed through me as I said that. You're very close. You're very close. You're very close. You're very close. Don't take it as I'm about to lose or about to not get whatever, or all this energy is gonna be wasted. Don't think of it that way. You're so close. And the snake also speaks of that. The snake is kind of like a bang in this deck. You're so close. Beaver on the bottom, consistent effort. Anything else, my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. And the beaver wanted to come out. We have bat and beaver. It's almost like you're going to get a second win, where I almost feel like you're almost burnt out. Beaver with the bat feels like you're getting a second win to almost anchor in sustainable use of your energy, sustainable use of your investments. Like however you've been working on this or putting energy in, you're about to revamp it. You're going to see how you should revamp it to make it. To make it. To get there. Whatever this is for you, earth signs. Again, it could be a relationship, could be a move, a job, a project, a goal. It could be anything, right? Anything that requires consistent effort. Okay? You're almost there. I swear to God, you're almost there. The bat speaks of transformations, but it also speaks of seeing in the dark. Seeing the light in the dark, seeing the hope when things are hard. And beaver is very like Virgo, Taurus. Beaver is, I will do this A, B, C, D, E routine every day because it's going to get me to my goal eventually if I stick to it. If I stick to it, and if I do it every day, everything's going to be fine. You see what I mean? It's almost like getting a second win and like utilizing your energies better, more efficiently. For some of you, this is about like a relationship or whatever. It's like you're having a new approach, a new perspective on how to deal with your relationship. This is about the long game. Beaver is about the long game, long-term stability. Any messages or insights for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You're so close. You're so close. Yes. Elk. The masculine principle in this deck. It's not the mastery of earth. That's actually horse, but this is like divine masculine energy. It's the energy of reliability, productivity, showing up. It's like the ultimate parent partner card, ultimate boss card. It's the person that can just get shit done, anchor shit, and make things effortless for other people. Very Capricorn, Taurus. Like you're very close. Like this to me almost says achievement. Is how it feels to me. For some of you guys, you could be learning to embody this elk energy, and that's exactly what it is you need to do to actually make it. Others of you, this energy could be coming into your reality to help you make it to the end, or help to get you into the new. I'm telling you, earth signs, you're about to step into something new. 10, 10, 10. That to me is new beginning, new cycles, new opportunities. And for some of you, it's just embodying this elk energy. Some of you, it's actually meeting an elk energy or being in that energy together. On the bottom, eagle. In this deck, speaks of karmic cycles, endings and beginnings. It's a coming. It's a coming, earth signs. It's a coming. Also and eagle itself as a spirit animal is about wisdom, discernment, divine messages, right? Ooh. Ooh. Holy crap. You're walking away from a lot. No, I shouldn't say it that way. Not walking away from a lot. In embracing whatever new is coming, you're going to let go of things you didn't realize you were holding on to. That's what it feels like to me. Underneath eagle, we do have a whale. Whale is about interconnectedness. It's the vastness of all things. It's the subconscious. You're going to let go of things you didn't know you were holding on to. And for some of you, it's being catalyzed by meeting an elk energy. Because it's like a reflection almost. Like they're showing you. They're showing what you're actually capable of doing. And by doing that, you're also learning that. And you're seeing that. And it's allowing you to let go of who you thought you were. Ooh. Earth signs. Not all of you are meeting somebody. Some of you guys will just naturally evolve from the beaver to the elk. Okay? Don't let your mind get the best of you. I'm also hearing that. Don't let your mind get the best of you. Don't let your mind get the best of you. Let's go ahead and pull some cards. Who do we have after that? Oh, air signs. Funny. Don't let your mind get the best of you. All right. Any messages or insights for my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I think this shift in into the snake, into the elk, the beaver. I think it's going to surprise you. The eagle, even to me, feels like something's coming in unexpectedly, because you are getting this point of like, it's not going to work out. It's not going to happen. Like, you're getting so close to that breaking point, and then it's like, surprise, opportunity, benefits, rewards for what you were doing, new beginnings, surprise meeting. Like, it's just like, oh, whoa. Yeah, that's how it feels. Any messages or insights from my earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Let's see. Interesting. Seven of Wands in reverse. I actually don't like that it's in reverse for you. Why is this in reverse? It's this feeling like you're not going to make it. Like I said, it almost feels like you're getting burnt. You're getting close to getting burnt out on something, or where you just are getting to the point of feeling like, I've done A through Z. I don't know what else I can do. You could have been helping someone. That's also coming through for some of you. You could have been trying to be there for somebody or help somebody through something, and you're just like, you're getting to the point where you feel like you've been wasting your time, wasting your energy. Oh my. Death in reverse. The Seven of Wands in reverse to me feels like giving up. And Death in reverse to me feels like the beginning. You're almost about to give up on your beginning, your new beginning, on what it is that you've been trying to get to. Some of you, okay, so let me back up. For some of you, there's a small group of you where I almost feel like you're not even sure what you were working towards, just that you could feel it was something. And so you were trying to make changes or prepare and just like almost like trying to manifest it. But you're almost giving up. That's what it feels like to me, almost giving up. The Death in reverse card can speak of resistance. So some of you guys could just be surrendering as well. Like, or how do I want to say it? Surrendering to the lessons learned, but I don't feel that way. I feel like almost giving up on getting to the new beginning, on getting to the end. That could even manifest in ways of like doing things you used to do. Doing old habits, engaging in old habits. I have no idea if it was lagging or not, but it just said reconnecting. So I don't know where it cut off or what got confumbled. But yeah, to me, it almost feels like almost about to give up on a new beginning. Almost like giving up on a rebirth in a way. And that could manifest in ways of like doing things you used to do, talking to people you used to speak to, like almost going backwards. Don't do it, earth signs. You're so close. You're so close. Any other messages or insights from my earth signs regarding this spread? Jesus, we have Queen of Swords in reverse. Why is the Queen of Swords in reverse here? Why is the Queen of Swords in reverse? I can feel, and it's interesting, earth signs, because now I feel a sad energy. We don't have any cups on the board. I mean, look at death card's arguably a water card because it's Scorpio, but we have Libra, air. Well, Queen's also water. Scorpio, and then we have Leo energy right there with the Seven of Wands. But suddenly I just feel sadness. It feels like deep grief to me. Interesting. Queen of Cups on the bottom. Why is the Queen of Swords in reverse here? Tell me about the Queen of Swords in reverse. Why is the Queen of Swords in reverse here? There's some sort of grief behind this energy. Something you're not being honest about or speaking on is how it feels to me. Like something you've been trying to tuck away. Tell me about the Queen of Swords in reverse. It feels like loss. Tell me about Queen of Swords in reverse. I feel like it's the root of what brings up the Seven of Wands in reverse energy for you. This feeling of like, it's not going to work. I'm just going to give up, or I'm just going to stop or try something else. Like, it's a lack of faith, right? But it's rooted in loss. It's rooted in something you're still holding on to about what you've lost in the past. That's what it feels like to me. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, mistakes of the past. Again, feeling like you've been wasting your time. You've been trying so hard. Talking about Queen of Swords in reverse. And then World in reverse, Saturn. So this is all clarifying the Queen of Swords in reverse. I feel sadness underneath this. The cards aren't showing it, but I feel sadness. I do. I feel like big losses in your past. And with the World, it's like, I hate to say it. It's like, and this isn't like, I know this isn't going to make people feel good, but you know, the World comes out when we're speaking of big cycles, big life changes, when we're also talking about lessons, karmic lessons, because it's Saturn, and that's what Saturn is. Saturn teaches us. There's some sort of lessons that are wrapped up in these past losses and past perceived mistakes, past perceived wastes of time. And some of you are so tired, like I said, where you're so close to giving up on getting to the rebirth part, or getting to the new, or getting to whatever the accomplishment is, that it's like you're almost too tired to even look at what else you can do. Like, you're almost too tired to even evaluate like how to get into this like newness. All right, any other messages or insights from your earth signs? There it is. Bad memories. Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups to me is my patterns card. It speaks of our past, but it also speaks of patterns from family, from childhood, even past lives. It's soul energy. It's Scorpio energy. It's the past. And it's like, it's being associated with negative emotions and negative memories. That's what it's being associated with under this Queen of Swords in reverse. It's exactly what I was talking about. Ten of Swords on the bottom. Yeah, there's pain here. There's deep pain here. Now we have Two of Wands in reverse, indecision. I keep getting it, like, getting this, like, I've done A to Z. I don't know what else to do. I'll stay the course. I don't know what else to do. I'll stay the course, but I'm getting to like my burnout point. Oh, Knight of Pentacles in reverse as well. That's a lack of trust as well. That's lack of trust. That's lack of faith. That's lack of durability. You're just getting tired. I feel like you're close though. I do. Any other messages or insights from your earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I feel like you've gotten signs that you're close. Like from spirit, from universe, like your guides. Like, I feel like you've gotten signs that you're close. I feel like it might be something you're just not embracing or seeing. Five of Wands in reverse on the bottom. There's your intuition. High Priestess. Oh, hold on. I couldn't hold these cards right. Underneath that, we have Four of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, there's something you need to release and let go of. With the Page of Wands in reverse underneath that. I feel like this is tied to memories where you lost. Where you put energy in and you lost. And it's like, it might have come by way of like, or you might have like, oh Jesus, it might have been tied to gossip. It might have been tied to people delivering you bad news. Underneath that, we do have the Empress in reverse as well, where it's almost like going through circumstances or receiving news or information. And again, this is like a pattern. These are tied to your past, like bad memories, where you basically got the stop sign, where it was like, yeah, the thing you thought was going to work out, nope. The thing you thought you were going to have, nope. It's like that. So that's what needs to be released and let go of. But your overall is the Five of Wands in reverse and the High Priestess. Your overall is basically saying, surrender to your intuition, surrender to your truth, surrender to your emotions, and deal with this. I feel like that's actually the last thing before you get to the other side. Yeah. With Queen of Swords in reverse, Seven of Pentacles in reverse in the World. You're not wanting to look at it because you're tired, and I get it. But it's saying review your past. Review what it is that you're carrying around that you don't think you're carrying around. And I keep getting that. It's tied to moments or circumstances where you basically thought you were going to be the empress, men and women alike. Basically, you thought you were going to accomplish your goal, get that promotion, or elevate a relationship, or be chosen for something, or you know what I mean? Or you were going to make it. You were going to make it. Whatever it was, you were going to make it. And then being told no, or having it be taken from you, especially with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. That speaks of losing stability as a result of this. So you've been trying, feeling like the goal, the end, has been eluding you, because in your past it has. In your past it has. And the emotions that are tied to that, I feel like that's literally the only thing that is keeping you from being in that new place. Because if you were to deal with that narrative, if you were to deal with that program of, I'm always told no, right? Or it's always just taken from you, from you, like you never quite get there. If you deal with that, then you would become the elk, because the elk always gets there. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's feeling like to me. I do feel like you guys need advice. Yeah, I feel like you guys need advice. I'm actually going to pull from the Wisdom of Oracle card deck, excuse me. Pull from here. Can I get an advice card for my earth signs? God, what's air going to be like? Can I get a card for my earth signs? Can I get an advice card for my earth signs, please? It's requiring a shift in your beliefs. It's requiring faith. Okay? It's requiring faith. It's requiring faith. And taking an honest look at those things. It's in you. It's in you. You just gotta listen to that. You just gotta feel that. You gotta look within. Any advice for my earth signs pertaining to this spread? Come to the edge. Ooh, come to the edge, come to the edge, come to the edge. Come to the edge speaks of taking a risk, doing the thing that makes you uncomfortable. Acknowledging this makes you uncomfortable because you're tired. You've been through this before, this feeling of like, it's not gonna happen for me, it's not gonna happen for me, it's not gonna happen for me. That's the uncomfortable thing for you. That's the risk. That's the risk for you. That's the scary thing for you. Can I get one more for my earth signs? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Unfinished symphony with a 10. With a 10. By the way, 36 breaking down to a 9 to the 10. You can root this out, earth signs. You can root this out. Unfinished symphony is exactly how it sounds. Getting to the end. You can get 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 to the end. All right. It's not about completing the story or the narrative. I mean, the way you could see that is actually getting the thing that has always eluded you, or that you feel like has been taken from you repeatedly, that you keep working hard for and it keeps eluding you, etc. But it's more like being so stuck on the unfinished things is really how it feels to me. Facing the fact that you feel like you've been stuck in an unfinished symphony. And like you'll always be stuck in an unfinished symphony. Oh, this one's intense. All right, let's read these. And then we'll move on to air signs. Okay. Courage. Taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take a risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Don't get caught up in your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliars that you may find your miracles. Shift in perspective. Shift in handling things in a way that you just haven't before. And getting away from the unfinished symphony. Letting it go. Let it go. Let it go. Unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practical, radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. I feel like it's actually letting go of this feeling of unfinished story, of wanting to be the empress or emperor and just having that elude you. That's how it feels to me. Moving on. Good luck, Earth signs. For you, it really is about faith. Okay. Okay. Last but not least. By the way, happy birthday, Aquas. Happy birthday. Maybe that's what you guys want last. Am I lagging again? Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Feels like you guys are sitting in beauty is almost what I want to say. You're sitting in beauty. That's really how it feels. It feels very feminine. Feels a little fun. Feels a little flirty, creative, playful. Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good. It feels like you guys are in a lot of feminine energy. Any messages or insights from my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Any messages or insights from my air signs? Gemini. Ooh, we got turtle. We got the turtle. Turtle is very grounded energy. It's like an earthy water energy. It also speaks of ancestors, but it speaks of moving in a grounded way, moving in a, how do I want to say? Flowing with the energy. Flowing with the energy with turtle. But I like, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you are in flow. You're in beauty. You're in Venus energy. You're in feminine energy. Venus is shifting into Pisces from Aquarius in Tropic. So yeah, it's like, that's how it feels to me. It just feels Venusian. It feels like you're in flow and it feels good. It feels like you're appreciating the moments, you know? Letting things happen naturally. You're letting something happen naturally. Owl, nice. Even more, actually both of these speak to feminine energy. Turtle is like grandmother energy. Owl is like high priestess, crone energy. Very, very feminine here. Also intuitive, psychic. Again, you're not trying to control anything. You're letting things play out naturally. You are allowing your intuition to guide you as well, but you're just flowing. You're flowing, you're just being. Any messages or insights from air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see. Oh my. Are you taming your anxiety? We have fish with lizard, which is juxtaposition. Fish is going with the flow, literally. It's also another water card, but lizard is being overstimulated. You're going with the flow. If you're not going with the flow, you need to go with the flow, or else you're going to get overstimulated. Okay? Thank you. Some of you guys really need to take some space, some sacred space. I'm feeling that, especially for those who are really experiencing the lizard energy. Some of you guys are living your balanced life and you're fine and you're not really getting super overwhelmed. But those of you who are, you might be getting a lot of downloads and you need to take some space. Maybe just be a little extra sensitive. You need to take some space. Okay? I feel like if you do, you're going to find a sense of peace that you haven't experienced before. A new way of experiencing peace that you haven't had before. It's okay to ride solo for a while. It's okay to not be interacting with people for a while. Some of you guys just really need that. Feels like you guys are water signs right now. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you guys are running away from people or one person in particular. Who just overstimulates you. Oh my. 1 second. Oh. Okie dokie. Swan. Swan comes out when we're speaking of partnership. I'm sorry, I really feel like I'm lagging, so it's kind of distracting. I really hope I'm not, but Swan comes out when we're talking about partnership. It's also about integration. So like I said, some of you just need to take this space because you actually are experiencing a lot of energy overload and you need to be in your own energy for a while. Some of you guys need to integrate energy activations, integrate your own truth, integrate downloads, that sort of deal. But some of you guys are dealing potentially with people who are mirroring you and or triggering you or both. And it's just a little much and you need to take your space, okay? Overall, we have crocodile. Wow, with butterfly. Air signs. These two cards coming out together indicate that yes, you do need a timeout because there is some sort of shift that needs to happen with you and it needs to happen in a solo space. Some of you guys with butterfly, it's about transformation or coming into a rebirthing energy, coming into a renewed, refreshed energy. Some of you guys just need to recover, but it's coming through in all different ways, okay? Some of you guys might have had a fight or a conflict with somebody, hence why you're also overwhelmed. And you just need the space to recover your energy, okay? But you're following your intuition to do so, and this is such a go with the flow energy that I just feel like you guys are handling it well. I don't feel like you guys actually even need me to even talk about it much more. So yeah, take your space. Take your space to integrate energy, recover from a fight, recover from life and people, take a little vacay if you need to. Damn it. I hope it's not lagging on your end. It looks like it's lagging. I can't really do anything about it. Oh well, it is what it is. All right, let's pull cards for you. Go with the Light Seers Tarot. Any messages or insights? I keep feeling this flirty energy though. Keep feeling a flirty energy. Who's flirting with you, air signs? Or are you flirting with people? I can feel it. There's like playful energy that's wanting to happen. And you might experience that when you come out of taking space, or maybe it's before you go into taking space and then you get a little overwhelmed or even maybe activated and you're like, oh God, let me back up. But if you are interacting with people, it feels very flirty. It feels very flirty, very playful. Any other messages or insights from my air signs regarding this spread? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Three of Swords in reverse. Recovering, okay? Recovering, healing, getting away from things and or people and or circumstances that cause you pain, heartbreak, discomfort. It can even just be discomfort, okay? It doesn't have to be dramatic. You guys actually seem to have like the easiest, breeziest read as far as what you guys have been dealing with. Any other messages or insights from my air signs? Gemini, ouch, Libra, Aquarius. I'm not taking those. God, I think everybody had the Ace of Cups. Except maybe Earth signs. I don't think Earth signs have the Ace of Cups. But you have the Ace of Cups. Water had Ace of Cups. Fire had Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. This is recovering. This is recovering your energy, recovering your light, recovering your heart, recovering your soul, recovering your passion, recovering your emotion, recovering and sitting in your own energy. Okay? Yeah. It's literally just bringing you to the surface and doing away with things that have overstimulated you or hurt you or caused you distortion. It's very straight to the point, very simple. So what else should I expect from my air signs? Let's see. Okay. We've got the Emperor with the Lovers and the Eight of Pentacles. This is making a very clear-cut choice to invest and work and forge on what matters to you. What is Lovers in alignment with you? It doesn't have to be a relationship, it can be, but this is about what you want to do, what you want to create, what you want to focus on. Whether that involves other people or not. The Eight of Pentacles speaks of solo work, okay? It's like you take some space, you recover, you get aligned, you get reacquainted with you and what matters to you, and you're ready to do something about it. You're ready to take that beautiful heart light energy and put it to work. You're ready to take it and follow it. Very nice. Ooh, okay. Any other messages or insights? We have the sun out here, which is nice. Oh my. Any other messages or insights from my air signs? Yeah, you guys have a pretty nice reading. Okay. So we have the Sun with the King of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. I'll make sure there's no other cards there. Yeah. King of Swords in reverse is Aquarian energy. This is interesting because it's almost like you're understanding how you didn't see things clearly. Like how the Three of Swords, which to me, honestly, I just keep getting distortion. And it could have been in the form of pain or heartbreak or discomfort. Again, being overwhelmed, overstimulated. But I feel like it's just distortion that had affected your reality, had affected your heart, had affected your energy. And you're seeing now, after recovering, right, flipping in reverse, after recovering, getting to the Ace of Cups, like, you're seeing what you like couldn't see before. You're seeing what was an illusion before and what is reality. And again, you're ready to go to work. You're ready to just move into action on whatever it is you want to be an emperor about. Overall, we have Three of Wands, optimistic, looking ahead. Beautiful with the Knight of Cups, leading with your heart, leading with what it is you want, what matters to you, to the Star, to your wish fulfillment. I love this. This is also Six of Cups in reverse with that and the Death card. Also getting rid of any patterns, anything that's been distorted, anything that's been holding you back, anything that's been causing the Three of Swords energy. You're healing it, you're moving beyond it, you're transforming it. But more than anything, you're just taking accountability. This is such a straight to the point, black and white reading. Just so funny. But yeah, it's like, something is not okay. I am not okay. My energy's not okay. My emotions are not okay. There's some funkiness going on. I need a timeout. You take a timeout, you recover, you get back to you. You understand now what matters to you. Some of you guys, this is actually, hold on a second. He's just about to walk all over the cards. Pleasure. Sorry, buddy. I know, keep going. And it's like you revive your Ace of Cups, which to me is just soul, heart, light, spirit, things, again, paths that matter to you, right? You revive it and you're just very clear. You're just really freaking clear. It's like, oh, I see how I wasn't seeing that right before. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to go pursue my happiness now. It's just so clear cut. Nice. Very nice, air signs. I don't have anything else to say to you. You guys are handling it just fine. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Don't forget to check out Vimeo, Patreon, and the website. Oh, excuse me. And I will see you guys very soon. Take care.